Well, for me, communication from a young age, because I've got dyslexia. And so when I want to talk about something, it just goes blank and I can't find the topic I want to talk about. I just couldn't communicate. It's just like the block. I want to talk about something or discuss something, but this block comes up. It's like everything disappears and I can't grasp all the things I want to say or bring out and say.
For me, I had a fear of coming into this and not having anything to say, because sometimes I find myself like without anything to say, I have nothing to input or whatever. And so but it was like a fear coming in here and, oh my gosh, what if I don't have anything to say? But what I found within that was it was actually based on a memory of moments in my past where I've been in a situation like this, or I've been with people where I might be expected to say something, but there's just nothing within me, or I'm not interested or whatever. So I had this fear of not having anything to say based on this past memory. Whereas a week ago, I had this positive experience of like, oh yeah, I'm going to be super expressive and everyone's going to be like awesome and it's just going to be a great flowing conversation. And that was based on, this imagination that I had. Effective communication is just being in the moment, and just kind of like doing it. It's like with anything, you just do it and see who you are and you can direct yourself within it. But ultimately, it's letting go of the past and the future and just being here. And to me, that's when the points that need to be expressed are expressed.
How do we then come to terms with the reality that we can't truly, in all parts of our lives, live this ideal way that we want to be living communication? People have difficult moments in life and they're going to be there to support us because that's the agreement we have with them. That's the relationship we've developed with them. And we've created this safe space. And I find that sometimes it does evolve naturally in a way, but a lot of the time we have to actually spell that out and we have to actually like physically or piece by piece create it with someone and say, look, this is what I want to create. This is what I'd like to be able to do with you. These are the challenges that I foresee we're going to have, and this is how I think we might be able to deal with those challenges, but this is how I want to create this particular point with you. Are you willing to do it with me too? That's also something that can be difficult because it's like almost that vulnerability of what if they can't or won't? And so yeah, it can be a little bit scary to kind of put yourself in that position of saying to someone, hey, I want to bare my soul to you and have you support me no matter what and hear me no matter what. And if you do judge me, I want us to be able to work through it and come to a place of no judgment together.
I had a funny experience with that exact point where when I started working on my communication, I was in an office and I acted as if everybody was already there. My close, intimate friends that we had the trust and everything, and I would just bare my soul to these people. And I mean, it was probably a little bit intense. But I mean, yeah, it probably made some people uncomfortable. I exposed more than I should have. But the cool thing that came from that is that I did make some good friends who could kind of keep up with that. Then I learned I was a few, very few. The majority of people, what I had to learn was how to master small talk and how to build from talking about the weather and how was your day and whatever. And then slowly, I remember the analogy was made where you're like a house and you're inviting someone through your front door with the small talk. And then you're slowly walking them down the hall and showing them the pictures on the walls. And then, maybe after a few weeks, you open your bedroom door and show them, or whatever, your guest room. And you slowly kind of show yourself bit by bit as you assess where your relationship with that person is at. Understanding that sometimes it's just they're not gonna get through the front door. and it's just not going to be that kind of relationship. But in that limited capacity, you can have, a limited version of the ideal that Cerise just described.